I don't understand how anybody likes summer. It is so miserable. I'm like, I don't want to go outside. Or actually, let me rephrase that. I would like to go outside, to go sit in a park, have a drink outside. I want to go outside, but I cannot go outside. My body just wasn't built for heat. It wasn't, so here I am inside. But I'm in need of a little me day. Number one, I wanna go see Eddington. Hearing mixed reviews from my trusted close circle of friends and confidants, but I love Ari Aster, and I try to see most new movies that come out anyways, so I wanna go see Eddington. On top of that, I haven't tried a new beauty product in a minute. I've been doing the same makeup routine, the same skincare routine on a loop for a very long time now. Skincare, I'm not really looking to switch up. I think I like what I have going on there. Makeup though, I'm kind of in the mood to treat myself a little bit. I wanna try some new products that I've had my eye on, see how we could expand the makeup horizons. I'm sure that most of the makeup I have been using is expired at this point because I've had it for so long. So you know what? I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to refresh my setup and try a bunch of new products. OOTD, keeping it casual, just running a couple of errands. Well, casual except for the bag, which is fully a Louis Vuitton bag that I'm borrowing through Vivrel, today's sponsor, and I am obsessed. So this isn't casual, but it is very cute. This is the first luxury handbag that I have ever gotten to enjoy, so trust me, I am enjoying it. If you've never heard of them, Vivrel is a luxury fashion and lifestyle membership service where you can borrow designer handbags, jewelry, watches, all as a part of your monthly membership. There's always been a few luxury handbags that I've had my eye on. The Gucci Jackie, the Fendi Mama Baguette, the Prada Clio bag, and this one, which is the Louis Vuitton denim monogram loop bag. I love a denim bag. I love the chain on this one. I just think it's so cute, but also very functional and wearable at the same time. You can basically just treat the Vivrel closet like your own and keep the items for as long as you want. You can swap your item once per month, or you can just keep it for as long as you want. It's totally up to you. Next month I'm going to a wedding, so I feel like the next one I borrow is gonna be something that matches my look for that. I kind of would love to get my hands on a Gucci Jackie and feel what that is like. So maybe that'll be my go-to next month, who knows? World is my oyster. So if you're interested in borrowing some luxury bags yourself, you can visit the link in the description of this video or scan the QR code above and use code MaddieD30 for 30% off your first month of membership. Code is MaddieD30 for 30% off. Link is gonna be down below. QR code is right here. I have gotta go run these errands. Let's go. Back home, back in my comfy clothes. Let me show you all of what I got. The one that I'm the most excited about is the Patrick Ta blush. I got it in shade She's Flushed. I've seen people talking about this blush all over the damn place. Gorge, okay? Cream on top, powder on the bottom. I feel like I'm gonna love this. Then I got a Rare Beauty highlighter. Also never used a Rare Beauty highlighter, so I'm very excited to try this out. I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. I've been using a brow gel that is just like super pigmented. I wanted one that had no pigment at all, was just a gel. And this one seemed very jelly. It's very like liquidy. Moving on to eye stuff. I wasn't expecting to find any purple eyeshadows, which is always what I wear. Come on, you guys know. It's hard to find a purple palette or like a solo purple pigment versus like a purple being a part of a rainbow palette, or you know, a more muted purple being mixed into like some reds and mauves and whatever else. I've never heard of this brand before. Violette_FR. Violette France? I don't know. But I saw they had this light purple eyeshadow paint, and I was like, ooh, low-key, I'll try that. In the same realm, I also saw that House Labs has this dark purple eyeliner, which I thought could be good for my waterline. Usually I just put black in my waterline, but if it could be dark purple, I think that could be a nice little subtle touch. And then for lip products, I got the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb stick in shade Spice Cold. And then the last thing I got was just this Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Lip Sculpting Pencil. Cute! I'm so excited. Oh, wait, also, I got a fragrance. I'm on the hunt for my next favorite fragrance. I smelled this one while I was at Sephora and I was obsessed. It's the Jo Malone Mimosa and Cardamom Cologne. I read online that the Jo Malone fragrances don't have the best longevity, which is the problem that I'm having with literally every perfume these days. I'm so mad because the Glossier perfume used to be so good and then they changed the formula and now it doesn't last at all anymore, which is just, it's pissing me and my girls off. So I'm done with the Glossier perfumes because I swear to God, I spray that perfume on me and within 30 minutes, it's like I never wore it ever. I sprayed this on probably like 2 hours ago at this point, and I still smell it on my skin. I don't know if I walked up to someone, if they would smell it, but I think if someone hugged me, they would probably smell it. So this is already better longevity than the Glossier perfume, which I like. We'll see how much longevity it actually has. We'll see what it's like the more I wear it. I love the way it smells though. It is so like sexy and mysterious. It's like a very light florally smell. It's very sexy to me. You know what? While we're here. Gorge. Okay, let's start doing my makeup. I literally have nowhere to go today, nowhere to be today. We're just doing makeup for love of the game at this point. Step one, I kind of just want to use the brow gel. Set my brows first and see what's going on there. I've been using the Milk Makeup brow gel, which is good, but it's very pigmented and you have to use a very light hand when applying it, or else all of a sudden you have Oscar the Grouch brows, which is not the vibe. So maybe I will like a clear gel better. I was watching videos of some people saying they really didn't like this product because of how wet it is, but the second I heard that it was more wet, that made me feel like I was gonna like it. Like whenever people complain about moisturizers staying on your skin, like they don't sink in immediately, I'm always like, we look for different things in moisturizers, you and I. Because sometimes I will even apply 2 moisturizers, one to like really sink in and one that kind of sits nicely on top, because I like feeling a little bit dewy and hydrated and glorious. Right off the bat, first time applying, I'm feeling good about this. Oh, I saw Eddington. I mean, Ari Aster has a fascinating mind. The whole movie, I just kept thinking to myself, like, imagine watching this movie 100 years from now. Thinking of the movies that are old as fuck to us. Like when we watch movies from the 1940s, not even 100 years ago. We don't even need to give Eddington 100 years. Understanding my experience of watching a movie from the 40s and then imagining someone years from now, same amount of time between like me and Casablanca, someone watching Eddington. There's something about it that is like sinister to me. Like obviously we knew that COVID movies were gonna come, they were gonna hit at some point. A like Western style COVID movie was just it was interesting the whole way through. And you know what? I laughed. I had a chuckle. It was actually way funnier than I expected it to be. And like, fuck it. I like Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal. I gave it a 3 stars, I think. I was going in between 2.5 and 3. Ultimately, I ended on 3 because I did still have an enjoyable cinematic experience, even though I did not necessarily leave Eddington thinking it was one of the better movies I've seen this year. This has been a slow year for movies in general though. I feel like the only releases that I've seen and really liked was Ballad of Wallace Island and Sinners. It is literally the end of July. Ballad of Wallace Island and Sinners, I gave Ballad a 4.5 and I gave Sinners a 4. And every other movie that I've seen so far has been a 3.5 or below. I'm like, what is happening? The releases this year are just not good. So we better be saved by the later half of the year releases. I'm hoping that this is the case. I feel like that's usually the case, but I'm still waiting. By this point last year, I had already seen some of my favorite movies of the year. I had already seen Challengers. I had already seen Dee Dee. I had already seen Long Legs. Like we were making some moves as far as movies that were released that I loved. This year, we're just kind of at a standstill. I feel like I'm just gonna apply the cream with my fingers and then I'll go in with a brush for the powder. I wanna do both. And I'm gonna load it up today, centering it more towards the center of my cheek. And then I'll add the other one to like flare it out. I always do a little bit too much with blush, but like, can you blame me? Can you freaking blame me, people? I saw, it was either a tweet or a thread or something. Somebody reposted it, it came across my vision, and I've been thinking about it ever since. Somebody said that people pleasing needs a rebrand because it sounds like it's a good thing when it's not. And as someone who has struggled with people pleasing, I agree. And they were like, we need to stop calling it people pleasing and start calling it chronic self-abandonment. And it was like, oh, you gagged them. And again, I'm accepting this read as someone a part of that demographic. They're correct. They are absolutely correct. There's something about calling it people pleasing that makes it sound like it's a good thing, but it's actually not, because people pleasing doesn't actually help your relationships in any way. You might think that it will at the start, but actually all that it does is build up. Whoa, holy fucking shit. But yeah, people pleasing doesn't actually help your relationships at all. If anything, it actually makes them worse and just causes you to build up resentment over time. To people please almost sounds like you are solving a problem when actually you are creating one. But maybe we should call it chronic self-abandonment, because that sounds terrifying. It's like, damn, I gotta fix that. Like, I don't wanna do that. But when you're like, oh, I struggle with people pleasing, it's almost like, we'll get to that one. We'll get to solving that one eventually. It's not so pressing. It doesn't sound so bad, but you're like, yeah, I've gotta fix this chronic self-abandonment issue that I have. We gotta get in there. We gotta get in there right now. But honestly, like looking back to times in my life where I was a chronic people pleaser, if we called it chronic self-abandonment, I might have woken up to what was happening sooner than I actually did. Okay, this highlighter is tea, confirmed. I feel like I'm back in 2016 again with the highlighter. I have my, what was it? The Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. Yeah. Okay, to the gods. I've fallen off the wagon again when it comes to staying off my phone in the mornings. I should be unable to grab my phone before the hour of 11 a.m. Like it shouldn't be physically, humanly possible for me to open up the timeline and look at the discourse before I've like lived a life. But I'm just in this bad habit of looking at my phone again right when I wake up. My rule for a while was that I was allowed to pick up my phone, look at my texts or missed calls or any of like my direct people trying to contact me. I can look at that, but I can't just go on social media, start scrolling, start getting into like the feedback and information loop of it all. I needed to have like a calm morning to reset my brain and take care of myself. It was awesome when I was doing it. I have fallen off. All right, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go in with this and then pack shadow over top of it and see what happens. But anyways, this morning I was reminded of why it is that I need to spend time off my phone in the morning, because it's like I wake up and I'm immediately mad, and that's just no good. And even regardless of logging on early, like I'm crashing out on a daily basis because of AI anyways, so I might as well like give myself a little bit of peace. Like I'm gonna crash out by 2 p.m. anyways, so maybe I can have the hours of 8 to 11 to not do that. Could be big. But honestly, it has been incredibly distressing to me to see how many people will repost AI generated content and images on a daily basis, or not even just AI, just like fake shit. They will repost things that are so blatantly fake every single day, and I just have to consume it and be like, and everything's fine. And media literacy isn't dead, and we're good. Like if I hear one more person try to convince me that like AI is the future, we should all be so excited about this, I'm like, I'm gonna start twitching. I'm gonna lose the plot entirely. I'm like, do y'all not like doing hard things? Do y'all not find enjoyment in completing a task on your own? Is that crazy? Hey, sorry, not to say something totally bananas right now, but don't y'all like doing things yourself? Nobody feels protective of their brain, their creativity, their like consciousness as a person. None of y'all care. Like this morning, one of the first things I saw when I opened my eyes was people talking about how Vogue used AI models in their August issue, and I'm like, what's going on? It's like, if not even Vogue is gonna sit here and be like, we as artists in the fashion and photography space believe that our contributions have some kind of value, If not even Vogue is gonna stand 10 toes down and be like, no, this shit is for us. This shit is hard and it's important. Like, be a little bit snobby. Hey, Vogue, can you be snobbier, please, for a second? Now I want you to be a little snobby. Why are we suddenly just like, yeah, you know what? And the robot can do it too. So let's get them in here. Hello? How come y'all were pretentious as hell when it was annoying, and now when I kind of want you to get a little bit holier than thou, suddenly you're like, actually, fuck it. We're doing robot models now. Who cares? Fuck the photographer, fuck the designer, fuck the stylist, fuck the model, fuck them all. We got ChatGPT now. You get what I'm saying? Like, where is the pretension when I need it? I need you to be holier than thou. Now I need you to. What's happening? How are we feeling about this eyeshadow, by the way? Are we living? I feel like I'm enjoying it. Here's the thing, like, this is the eyeshadow palette that I use, just 100% purples, but I don't really wear warm purples that much. So I'm usually only using this side of the palette, and I always go for the lighter toned purples. And as you can see, I'm already hitting pan on my favorite shades, which is hard because I'm like, I just want those ones. Cause it's like, I don't wanna buy this whole thing all over again. So now I'm trying to find individual purple eyeshadows. This is like not the worst thing. To get this color, and it was just the one product, and I layered a little bit of powder over top. This is not bad. It's not as bold as my usual purple look, but I'm not hating this by any means. This freckle pen is undefeated. The Buble and Rudy Berry Freckle Pen. There's nothing like it. No use even trying out other freckle pens. This is literally the only one that matters. I love being forced into climate ruin and the literal death of media literacy and critical thinking, all because you want to be affirmed by a robot so fucking bad. You're like, oh, I just can't live without ChatGPT. Every time you say thank you to a robot, an angel loses its wings. And I'm not kidding. And if there's a ChatGPTer that's listening to this right now, know that it is not too late to hop off that train. It is getting very bad. Very bad. It's not too late to change your mind. Never too late to change your goddamn mind, okay? Even I've changed my mind. My opinion on AI used to be that it was okay within a utility context. For example, I have used generative AI features in the past to fix thumbnails. For example, I had taken a vertical photo and I obviously need a horizontal photo for the thumbnail. So I used the generative AI feature in Photoshop to change this photo from a vertical photo to a horizontal photo without cropping and, you know, losing any of the image. My old opinion was that I was cool with that because it was a utility purpose. It was fixing a mistake that I made or taking something that I had created and just tweaking it a little bit. I've used AI to help myself in situations where, like, a mess up happened, a mix up happened, technology failed in some way, and I used AI to fix that error. But over the last year, over the last 6 months, over the last 3 months, over the last month, my opinion on AI continues to change. And now I just think that we need to walk away from it entirely, especially because more and more we're unable to walk away from it. There's so much of the internet that's now being forcefully integrated with AI. So it's like, if I can avoid it, I'm going to. And I'm just gonna take the fucking L because I don't like where this is going. Being forced, literally forced into climate ruin. Awesome. Straight up, some of you guys do not care enough that we are being forced into climate ruin for the sake of convenience culture. Like, it is terrifying. It is actually scary. Maybe, hey, crazy thing, maybe we should use our brains. Maybe not everything should be easy. Maybe it should be hard. Maybe we shouldn't always have the answer. Maybe we should have to sit and think and reflect and come to our conclusion ourselves eventually. I've gone on my podcast about, like, people using AI for creative ideas and concepts and how I think that is, like, one of the nastiest things that people use the platform for. Even asking it for inspiration, I think, is deeply fucked up and embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. I think maybe, crazy take here, but maybe you should just sit in the fact that you're uninspired, go out and live your life, let life inspire you and create whenever you feel called to create something. If you are a creative person who is currently uninspired in a creative block, doesn't know what to create, I fucking promise you, asking ChatGPT to fix that for you is not the answer. Yeah. It's not. And you're fucking corny if you think it is. I don't know. It's distressing to me how quickly things get spread around that are just blatantly not true online, and like the quickness with which people are willing to accept things that are posted as being truth. Like, small example of this from this week actually was the Coldplay cheating scandal, which, that whole situation aside, we talked about that on the Patreon this week, but that letter that was allegedly written by the wife of the guy in the video that everyone was reposting, that was not real. And when I saw it, my gut reaction was like, oh, obviously that's not real. But I saw so many people repost that. And I was like, wait, guys, do you really think these are like random people? These are not like public figures. This is like a random CEO and his wife. You think the wife, who is not a public figure at all, is putting out a public statement when she was just cheated on? She's now experiencing a trauma on like a massive scale. When people get cheated on, a lot of people, it takes them time to like even want to tell their closest friends. That's something that usually takes some time to like process and want to share with people. This poor fucking woman was cheated on a massive scale. It was published on TikTok. It's now blowing up. One of the worst moments of her life and the lives of her children is now being like memed online. Do you, honest to fucking God, believe that this random woman who is not a public figure, in the absolute chaos of everything that she must be experiencing right now emotionally, trying to process how she feels as a partner, as a mother on a baseline level, and then going to the fact that this is now blown up on such a massive scale that she had no ability to predict and had never experienced anything like this before? Like, I can't fathom what this woman is experiencing emotionally right now. Do you fucking think that it is even in the top 20 things for her to do this week, to write a girl boss statement to post for all of you guys that are now watching? Come on. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, or was that a little bit cuckoo bananas? I fear it was a little bit cuckoo bananas. All right, let's do this eyeliner. Oh my God. What do we think about the purple eyeliner? It's pulling a little bit redder and pinkier than I thought it would, which makes me worried that it could start to look like I have a black eye, but I do think I like it. I was also talking to my friend Jordan last week, connecting back to what I was talking about in my last video and what I've been talking about on the podcast and on the Patreon. Really, this has just been like top of mind this fucking July. But talking about flirting IRL and working on the way that I speak to myself and about myself, the truths that I tell myself, and just like enjoying my time being a, you know, fun, sexy, flirty 28-year-old. Talking about meeting someone out at a bar, flirting with strangers, ending up exchanging numbers with someone. Like, at the end of the night, how it was such a nice reminder to me that like I can access this kind of bravery within myself too. And I've, you know, talked a lot about how my experience with sexual assault has impacted my perceived ability to access that kind of bravery within myself over the last couple of years, and how recently I just have been having more and more moments where I've been sort of surprised by myself, impressed with myself. All of a sudden I do something and I'm like, oh, actually that was just easy and fun. Cool. I'll do it again now. And obviously I think the sentiment around dating so much over the last couple of years, more than the last couple of years, but like a very common sentiment among our generation is like, it's so hard to meet people IRL now. There's not as many spaces to meet people out and about, even when you're going out to bars or like these places that would be perceived as more social. People are like very stuck in their groups. It's less of like a, I don't know, like a third space, a community space where you can actually go out and meet people. And obviously this conversation can veer off into so many different directions if we're talking about queer dating versus hetero dating and how different those cultures look, especially at the present moment, and like the state of men and the internet and like the radicalization pipeline that is so prevalent right now and how that impacts hetero dating spaces, so many things to say. But I do think that by continuing to tell ourselves that it's like so hard or so impossible to meet people IRL, we are in some ways almost caving into the convenience culture of dating apps and convincing ourselves that we need our phones or social media or dating apps in order to connect with people because these spaces just don't exist for us anymore. As AI continues to be more and more present on social media, on dating apps, connected to our phones in general, I think we all need to like actually fight like hell to bring back some of our confidence when it comes to talking to strangers and approaching people out in public. We're all in agreement that it's like hard and intimidating, and there is like a real lack of community gatherings and spaces where people actually go out to meet each other. I think we're all in agreement that there is like a definite lack of that right now culturally, even in a place like New York, where like here we have much more access to those kinds of places and communities and gatherings than people other places do. Point being, I think as AI continues to become more and more prevalent, I think we need to be making a concerted effort to have a little bit more courage dating IRL, because I think it will become more and more of an actual problem to have your dating life living on the internet, solely existing on the internet. Again, I think using dating apps as a tool is one thing, but if the only way you experience courage in dating is through the apps, I actually do think that it's probably important that we start pushing back against that like hell. Like in the same way we need to be using our brains and not asking ChatGPT for the answers to everything, I fear we also need to be accepting that the dating game, the process of dating and meeting your person, requires a little bit of courage. IRL. But honestly, I think the mistake that most people make with like having courage to date IRL is like people go out with the intention of meeting someone, and I actually think that that makes the stakes way too high. I think that you should go out with the intention of just having fun, being a little bit flirty, being a little bit social. The goal is not to like walk away having met your person. The goal is just to go out, have a good time, be a little social, be a little flirty. It's not for them. It's not to be desired. It is for you to enjoy being fun and flirty and social in your 20s and your 30s, however old you are. I'm very excited to use this Fenty Beauty gloss bomb or whatever the hell it is. Oh wait, the liner. I don't know if these two colors are gonna look good together. We'll see. Lip liner is always the hardest thing for me to predict if I'm gonna like them or not. I like this formula, but it is so funny to me how every time I go out and try to get a lip combo, I do end up getting the exact same fucking shade. Like I'm pretty sure this looks exactly the same as the lip combo I was using before. So was it worth it? I don't know. I'm just drawn to this same fucking shade. I don't know. I would like to find a version of this lip combo that is like 2 shades lighter for a little bit less dramatic look, but I do like this shade. Anyways, do you get what I'm saying? I just feel like the more that our phones and the internet and our general way of being virtually becomes consumed by AI, its impact on the dating process and getting to know people is gonna become even more apparent. So I think that now is a really good time to start working on building up your confidence, approaching strangers and conversing with people that you don't know. From one anxious girl to another, I get it. Not the most fun thing, but also you might be surprised to learn how brave you actually are. Trigger warning, but I feel like I've been talking to my therapist a lot recently about how experiencing sexual assault changed me. And I think that, like, in truth, that's been the like major primary reason why my relationship to dating changed over the last like 4 years, to dating and sex, and just like a fear that I have around being flirty and putting myself out there in that way in any regard. Yeah, I feel like this summer has been pretty big for me in terms of like laying out exactly what it is that is stressing me out or making me anxious, and giving myself permission to feel differently about it now, and to show up differently. So much more to say about that if you're interested in hearing about that, I did do an episode over on Patreon. Yeah, now's the time to take back your agency, your bravery, your courage, your power. You can do it. You don't need your phone. You don't need a dating app. You do not need ChatGPT. You do not need AI. You have it. You have it, okay? Do not let them convince you that you don't. Makeup look complete. I like it, and honestly it looks very similar to the way it looked before. So I think maybe the biggest win of all the new products I got was actually the purple eyeshadow, because I need to be finding individual purples rather than replacing this fucking entire palette when my favorite shades run out. So that was a good find. Listen, some days you just need to do a little shopping, do a little makeup, sit down and yap a little bit. I love being so cozy and also having my hair and makeup done. Yeah, I'm in a little sweat set in my house, not planning on leaving for the rest of the day, and I look cunty. I look fucking cunty. If you made it this far in the video and you still don't listen to my podcast, Emotionally Online, I'm telling you right now, you are missing out. You would love it. You would be a mega huge Mondo crazy fan. It's on all streaming platforms, and also there is a video version of the show over on the Emotionally Online podcast YouTube channel. Go check it out. Come hang with us over there. We have a damn good time. Thanks for being here and for consuming my videos instead of videos from an AI content creator instead. That's pretty awesome. Huge win. Woo. We'll take them where we can get them. Love you guys. See you in my next video.